What is up, YouTube? McIntyre here. Today I wanted to bring you guys a Zuljin gameplay. As you guys can see right now, I'm a little bit into this game. I just wanted to make sure that it was the correct one. But I wanted to upload this gameplay because I honestly think that Zuljin is, out of all the heroes changed in this patch, the strongest of those heroes. He's incredibly powerful at dueling. He's incredibly powerful at following up and burst damage, and because of those reasons, I wholeheartedly believe that we will see this guy played at BlizzCon in the place of the hyper carry, which is the Greymane Vala slot nowadays. Somewhat similar to Vala, you know, he has the ability to kind of follow up on CC with his spinning blades and guillotine, and well, he also has the ability to, you know, if the fight goes on, land his Q and just auto attack someone down. So, you know, he can put in sustained damage with his autos, and then when he needs to execute, he can execute with his spinning blades and his guillotine. In this game, you guys will get to see the mage build. Before I say any more too, I want to let everyone know that I will start doing blog posts weekly on heroeshearth.com. If you guys didn't know, that is currently our sponsor for our HCC team. But it's a great website with tons of content, and I'm going to try my best to weekly upload blog posts of write-ups of certain heroes and have a gameplay video. And you just so happen to be in the gameplay video for the Zuljin. So after this video is uploaded, in the description there should be a link to that blog post, and I will try my best again to weekly upload write-ups of certain heroes. Next week I might do Kerrigan, as that is one that people love to watch me play. Where I talk about heroes, I talk about why I think they're good, you know, what are their weaknesses, how do you abuse their strengths, and how do you abuse their weaknesses. So go check that out. There'll also be a build there. Today we're going to be focused on the mage build, which is what will be on that blog post as well. So let's hop right into the gameplay. Starting level 1 though, we are going to take recklessness, and the reason for that is we want that increased spell power below 50% health, and that's going to help us a ton when it comes to following up, impaired with the Amani Rage talent at level 4. So you can see here, I'll be quite honest with you guys, I don't feel like I'm the most amazing Zuljin player, and you will see that throughout this game. I have a lot of work with him. I think I'm like level 7 or 8, so not very high at all. I didn't really play him much before this patch, but after the changes, I played him a little bit on the PTR, and he just felt absolutely absurd to play. So he's a hero that, for whatever reason, can just one-shot somebody if you land his full combo. And I'll kind of talk about that combo this game. But essentially what it comes down to is at level 13 you get the Ensnaring Net, I think is the name of it. It's a CC that allows you to... oh god, I almost died of this Lucio. It's a CC that allows you to root somebody for 1.5 seconds. Oh, not even close. And we killed the Lucio. Yeah, so it allows you to root somebody for 1.5 seconds, which not only is a good follow-up to a CC from like a tank, right? But it also sets you up to land your full combo. And that is your Twin Cleave and your Guillotine. And what you want to do there is, when you land your entangling root or net, it's the max range of it is the exact same range of your Twin Cleave. So you'll throw your net out, and then you'll throw your Twin Cleave and your Guillotine, and if you connect everything with your Q and maybe an auto or two, if you do it quick enough, you will just literally one-shot somebody. And you guys will see this combo later into the game, but I wanted to bring it up so you're looking for it and you're conscious of it, and maybe you don't watch the rest of the video and now you know about it. So I would suggest to continue watching, as you'll get to really get a sense of how strong that combo can be. That's one Q. I always hate that W. Like, it's weird, you have to kind of offset your W so that you can hit it when people are running after you. So, you know, you want to click on them with it, but really you have to put your mouse cursor over here. Here you can see this is like Me No Fear. Honestly, I misplayed, but when heroes get changed or I don't understand a hero fully, I like to kind of push my limits, and that right there was me doing exactly that. Like, how far as Zuljin can I go without backing down, right? And I won't ever know that unless I practice it. So a lot of the times you might see pro players in general, they do a play that's like, why would you do that? And the reason is because we're trying to build up an understanding of what, you know, what's the limit of this character, right? So at level 4, again, we took a Monty Rage, and this is, to me, the coolest new talent of this character, and the reason why I personally think he's really strong. Not only does this give you armor and regen you, but you can get healed on top of it, so it kind of creates an overheal. If you pop it, and then let's say an Uther heals you, then you have your half of your health regenning, right? So you can create almost like a shield on yourself with this talent. So if you ever are in trouble, you should pop it usually, because then it'll allow your support to heal you, right? But you'll also have regen of like 100 plus health a second on top of the armor, right? So really good talent. It also pairs very, very nicely with your level 1 talent, Recklessness, which when you're below 50% health, you will deal more damage. So if you hit a Monty Rage in conjunction with your blades, which you can see here, I did, you can trade very, very effectively with your enemy. In that case, you know, I hit a W on the Junkrat and landed 2 autos with a Monty Rage up, and it chunked him for, you know, right around 60% of his health. So within, you know, a second or two, I put somebody at almost kill range. Oh yeah, we're note to self: if there's a standstill mob, let them like throw your W before you throw your Q, otherwise it'll miss. You can see here though, this is the sustained damage that I'm talking about with Diablo. You know, while I don't have my W up, you know, I can still auto attack very, very well with Berserker. And if you hit your Q, you know, you get really nice trades as well. A lot of the time, I've come to learn too, a lot of the time with Twin Cleave, you almost want to throw Twin Cleave as the person's running away so you can kind of read their movement. Rather than, man, that's such an unfortunate play there. The dude had put up an E trap right there and a W on Junkrat there, and he activated his W, which then somehow miraculously knocked me into his trap over here. Never lucky. So here's me, here's me flaming my viewers. Good times, good times. I was completely in the wrong here because Junkrat had stayed bottom to stop Aspo from split pushing, which I didn't know that. So it feels bad, man. Don't be toxic. I should be more reformed. But we get a good engage here by Bobby with the new jump stun on Murden, and I actually target the Lucio here. I get a nice Twin Cleave on Diablo. The more I practice the Twin Cleave, the better I get at it, but it is a little fidgety. It's interesting. I play it on release, so if you guys are interested in my keybinds, I'm using Twin Cleave on release, so that I can kind of you hold your W key down and you can see the range indicator. But I think the more I practice it, I might get rid of it. Maybe. Oh wow, I sliced right into that. Here you can see Guillotine at work. You know, I activate the Rage there with the Twin Cleave and the Guillotine, which allows, you know, that Guillotine just hit the Diablo for 1,000 damage, right? Yeah, so really, really strong. Again, I think that this talent is the reason why Zuljin is as strong as he is at the moment. Here I get solo feared. I started getting pretty tilted about the solo fears too, to be quite honest, this game, because it felt like, and you'll see as the game progresses, it feels like every single fight is this guy just solo fearing me. So yeah, so they get a pick on me, and ends up, you know, summoning the monkeys on Asthma, and they get forward here. So at level 13, again, that's going to be our next talent spike, and we will get the net. And the net is great for solo kills. Like, not only does it buy you time to get a kill like solo, which a lot of ranged characters cannot do, it also, here you can see me just chunking there with that combo. It also you know, like I said, it's great follow-up. So in this case, Murden, you know, has jump stun, and then he'll storm bolt, and then I can throw my net after that. So he drops a beat, and there's no reason. The other thing with Zuljin that I haven't actually brought up is his passive. There's just no reason not to trade damage, because in doing so, you know, build up your stacks, which is important as you get into the late game. You really do want the double cleave. The double cleave is insanely strong. It's insanely strong. Oh, there I throw the guillotine, and Lucio just barely dodges it. The other thing about Zuljin is he has pretty good siege as well. So if he's like left untouched to siege, he will do a ton of damage. Here again, solo feud. Oh. Well, let's speed up. I think I say something now, because like I said, I started to get like kind of tilted about maybe not yet. I think the next time he does it, yeah, no, okay, never mind. I was right. But yeah, no. So I think Zuljin's actually got really good siege as well. Sort of like Greymane siege. Oh, that was, yeah. I remember I was like testing out. It's called ensnare. It's not called entangling net. It's called ensnare. I was like testing out to see if it was on release or quick cast, and it turned out that I had that key on quick cast. That's kind of a comfort thing, but if whichever way you like, play that way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, not even close. Later. Yeah, that was a bad idea by me. Luckily, it was not. I didn't get punished too bad on that. But that was a terrible idea. Like, Plant should run you down. I just got to give him the ring around the rosy. So I was lucky there. Here's one of his weak. I mean, you can kind of see the weakness, but his wave clear is pretty terrible. Luckily, this game I have Rhaegar, who has like got really good wave clear, right? But I think honestly his wave clear is terrible there. You can see Bobby stunned the Junkrat, and then I immediately hit Amani Rage and threw Guillotine. So again, really good targeted damage if you need it. Which I think is what's insane about him now, is that he has the ability to, you know, all of a sudden I hit an entangle there, and you see we get a follow up. So also pick potential, right? Again, with the net. But yeah, having that ability to, you know, if I see my burn and gets a jump stun on somebody, and then, you know, we want to try to push them to death, having the ability to do that is really good. You know, when you look at a character like Lunara, she has good sustain damage, but she doesn't really have the ability to execute, right? And I think that this guy does, and that's why he's probably going to be a really strong hero. Oh man, that grenade knocked him out. Does he die? Oh dude, he doesn't. Diablo ends up not dying because he has Soul Feast. Oh, this is funny. You can do this, by the way. If there's Junkrats that use this little bomb ability, just kill it. Like, maybe it's going after somebody behind you. Make sure you just start hitting it, because it dies in like 1 or 2 auto attacks. All right, so at 16 now we get wrong place, wrong time, and again this is going to. I'm not really actually sure on this one, but I like it when you get Arcanine Axis. I guess I kind of forgot about explaining this talent. So this is going to reduce the cooldown of our Twin Cleave, which is good because we're a mage build, and it also scales infinitely. It scales infinitely. So, you know, if the game goes to 25 minutes, you might have 100 of these stacks, and that's going to be what? We get bonus damage 32 here, 43 hits. You know, an additional 60% or 60 damage on top of, you know, the scaling, 20% spell power we get when we're below 50%. There's another solo here from Gul'dan. But this time, I say, not today. Though, well, I haven't thrown my guillotine yet, but I get real low here. There it is. Boom. So just killing somebody from over here, that's over. You know, it's crazy. Like, it's a hero that can burst out a backline hero when there's no way that you should be able to get to the backline, right? Like, when you think about that, you know, all the times that you maybe have had, you know, I know as me, as a melee player, a lot of times I get on backline and, you know, I'll flank as Leoric, right? And I'm killing their healer, okay? But the rest of my team is zoned, so no one can get damage in on that healer. With guillotine, you can now, right? Like, you can be all the way hitting their front line and throw a guillotine at their back line. And I think that that's just crazy. Here you go. Here's a good example of the damage capability. I mean, I know that there was a Genji there, but I mean that I ended up doing a ton of damage, and that was an Asmodan who has the biggest health pool, one of them, if not the biggest one of them. Here we go too. Here's a kill of the net being really powerful. Again, so absurd damage even without guillotine, right? I didn't have guillotine or Amani Rage up there. I just landed my W, hit the net, and did an auto attack the person down. So you can see here too, if you do easy camp, which he can do pretty well actually, make sure that you get your Q on both of them. Yeah, and then this is scaling too. This scales forever as well. So while I already have achieved the quest, every attack will continue to increase my damage by 1. So this is another thing about, like I said, trading auto attacks. It's okay as long as you're sustaining. So that's why you see a lot of the time Zuljins with like Ariels or medics. And the reason for that is, you know, if I step up and me and the enemy team Vala trade 10 auto attacks, I'm scaling. The Vala isn't. I am, right? And I'm not losing anything because the medic is just healing me up. So when you think about it like that, you know, in some maps, like, you do just exchange damage. A good example of a map like that would be Braxis, which Zuljin has seen play on prior to this buff. You know, Braxis is a ARAM, so because it all random, all mid, everyone is just throwing stuff at each other until somebody, for whatever reason, dies, right? And, oh, I try to go for the combo there, but the Diablo pushes me, so I don't actually end up getting it off. But I do one-shot the Junkrat. But yeah, you'll just scale forever, right? Because of the ability on his quest, right? Also, you know, you do scale on your 7 talent and forever as well, so you're just always scaling. You're scaling. So even if you get to a point in the game where you feel like you've lost, you know, you might hit a power spike too, where you do just one-shot the enemy team. Here's a good play right here. Again, that's like the strength of guillotine, you know. I hit my Amani Rage, and I saw that guy was almost dead, and yeah, easy kill. Just like classic 1200 damage at what's the range of this? Like, pretty absurd. Yeah. So now we're just like, you know, the other team's staggering, right? They're trying to stop us from defending. Here though, you get this right here. We'll pause really quick. This will, while yes, we are 2 levels up, this will give you a good idea of the amount of damage that Zuljin can actually deal by himself. Like, that was a Diablo. And I missed my first W too. But like, the second W hit, I auto attacked him 3 times and I got my guillotine off. Right, and every time the other thing is, every time you do hit the center with a 16 talent, you do get 5 quest stacks, which is, you know, the equivalent of 5 autos, which is scaling. This was a sick play. Almost die there, get the reset of the guillotine onto Asmo, and then end up killing him. Let me really quick back that up. if it breaks, we'll just end the video. We do. Oh wait, did they fix the? Whoa, did they fix the replay? That was, guys, they might have fixed replays in HOTS this patch. I don't know if it said anything about that in the patch notes, but you can usually never ever reset like that. But okay, you guys will get to watch this again. So the level 20 talent for guillotine, right? I didn't really talk about it, but essentially it makes your guillotine continue to roll forwards, but it doesn't deal the max damage. It only does 75%. However, if you kill someone with guillotine, you get a full heal. Okay, so now watch this play. All right, so I'm tanking tower, and they're you know, and this guy's hitting me, and he just monkeyed, right? So we throw a guillotine, kill him, which gives me full heal, and then we're able to kill Lucio, right? And then obviously Gul'dan's out of, in Gul'dan fashion, he solo fears me, and we end up winning the game. But you can see the actual strength of that guillotine 20, because you can make the play, you can make the decision and say, hey, I can dive here, I can take a lot of damage, I can get really low, and then I can throw a Kobe, and if that Kobe kills somebody, then I get a full heal, right? So I think that that's insanely powerful. And not only that, but like, let's say the enemy team dives you, and you're a Zuljin, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. You can then, you know, maybe throw a last minute, you know, desperation guillotine, and if it kills somebody, you just get a full heal. And I think at that point, you've essentially won the fight, right? So I really actually love that 20 talent. I think that's insanely powerful. And it kind of incentivizes you to take that risk to make that play. And I think making plays and HOTS sometimes isn't always there. And adding abilities and talents like this that allow you to do that is, to me, amazing. It feels really good. So well done by Blizzard on Zuljin, but I wanted to get this gameplay out so you guys can kind of see him in action. This obviously was a quick match, I will say that now, but I do know that there have been people that are playing him in Hero League and they're just crushing Hero League. So I don't, just because this is a quick match doesn't mean this character is not good. I think he is insanely strong, and in a, you know, competitive situation, I think he's going to be even better, right? Being able to just follow up on your team and having that communication is going to be absurd for him. So that's going to be it for this video. Again, guys, blog post on heroeshearth.com. You do have to sign up. It takes 2 seconds. It's super easy. And then you have access to all the content from me and everyone else on the site. It's a wonderful site with tons and tons of hero stuff. So if you like, you know, you like to discuss things rather than, you know, on Reddit, just, you know, post about, oh, I just got this cool skin, ain't I cool, you know, and maybe want to go further into a discussion on, oh yeah, Zuljin talents, should we go AD or should we go Mage? That's where I think Heroes Hearth is a great site for that. And you can also post, you know, it's a lot like a Twitter feed where you can post that you got a cool skin. But a lot of the traffic and the discussion boards are a bit more, you know, in depth on Heroes. So if you're into that, check out the website. You can always check me out on Twitch and Twitter. Those are going to be located in my description below as well as my profile to Heroes Hearth. So that's where all my builds and tier lists are at. That's going to be it for this video. Again, next week, we are going to try to go over Kerrigan in a blog post. Should be pretty sick. I'm looking forward to it. But until the next time, guys, I appreciate it all so much. And I'll see you then. Cheers.